Okay, looks like it went out. Maybe. Hey, Kennedy. Better than before, for sure. Hi, Chelsea. Hey, Lori. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Hey, Erica. Hey, Blake. How y'all doing? Hey, Molly. Hi, Becky. TGIF. It is Friday. Happy Friday. For sure. Yeah, we can ask we can ask questions about my failed attempt at whatever you want to call whatever that was. Because I couldn't really talk about it while on live because doing ASMR because it's like I don't really want to disrupt ASMR and like talk about a lot of personal things. Yes, I'm in America. And disrupt. Yeah, that's right, Nick. At least it was only 2 months. That's for sure. It was only like serious, I guess, for like a month. The first month was kind of sketchy in itself. And that's when the red flags came in. But you know, your girl just likes to look right past those red flags. That's what I do. Hey, Crystal. So, where do we start? I mean, do y'all want to know the whole story from start to finish, or do y'all have specific questions? Because, I mean, I am okay with spilling the beans and telling everything because he freaking sucks. Okay, whole story. All right, so end of May. Hey, Chad. I went to this little bar. It's a little bar on the river in Springfield, a town nearby. And I was there, and I was with my friend Nicole. Hey, Leah. We're just talking at him. And so this guy walks up to me at the bar. And honestly, I was kind of going through something with another situation that had just ended. And I was like not really interested in like talking to anyone, but he come up. He was really nice and seemed fun, and he came there on his boat, and I was like, I said we were like having a good time, we were drinking, we're just having fun, and I was like, let's go on a boat ride, and he's like, okay. Did I disconnect? Are y'all still here? Okay, I think we're good. Louisiana. So he's like, and we're like, okay, let's go on a boat ride. So we go on a boat ride. First night I ever met the guy. And the boat runs out of gas. So we're in the middle of the river. At 11 o'clock at night. Boats ran out of gas. That should have been my first sign, y'all. That was the first sign from the universe to be like, Christina, get get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing? No. Honestly, after that night, I didn't talk to him. So like I said, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really interested in no, it wasn't like that. He literally ran out of gas. Like he made it back, but he had to like putt the whole way back. And I remember I had to bring him home that night, and I swear on my life, nothing happened like that. But I brought him home that night because he was like, his boat broke down. He didn't have a way to get home. And he lived right down the road, he said. So I was like, all right, I'll drop you off at your house. I know it's irresponsible, but I was hanging out with the guy all night. He seemed like a decent guy. And I brought him home, and he raises hunting dogs. So I was like, y'all know I love dogs. I was like, I want to go pet the dogs. So I get out, and I'm petting his dogs. And he like starts to get like kind of like, I don't know. I kind of got weird vibes. I was like, I'm about to get essayed right here. That's how I felt. So I was like, no, like I want to go. I'm going to go home. You know, it was nice to meet you. I'm going to go. And I left, and the next morning he texts me and he's like, thank you for bringing me home. And I said, you're welcome, whatever. And then that was it. And so, like I said, I wasn't interested really then because I was going through something else. And then a few days later, he texts me and he's like, hey there. And I just said hi back because like I said, I didn't really want to talk to him at that time. I was like, hey, Chantel, I'm good. Let me know if you want to switch teams. So, anyway, so 2 weeks passed after that time, and I said hi back. He never responded. We didn't talk anymore. Well, I went out to dinner with my dad. Do y'all remember when I went out to dinner with my dad? I went out to dinner with my dad one night, and it was just me and my dad, and we ended up going out after. And so I was drinking, of course, and my dad was going to go home, and it was getting late, and like drunk me is like, let me message this guy and see what he's doing. So I'm the reason all this started again. And I was like, want to hang out? Like, that's all I said. And he's like, hell yeah. So we met up that weekend. We literally spent all weekend together that weekend. So this was a couple weeks after we met. Spent all weekend together, had a great time. That's one thing I could say about him. He's done some crappy things, but we always had fun together, no matter what we did. And I think that's why I kind of held on for so long, like knowing that I should have let go, because it was a fun time, you know, maybe not a long time, but a fun time. So had spent the weekend together. And then after that, he like gets like distant, like, it's like, and he was like this throughout the whole time we talked, even when we were exclusively talking, like when it got a little more serious. When we weren't together, it was like we rarely talked. We would talk maybe once a day on the phone for like 5-10 minutes. That was it. Like there was no communicating throughout the day about good morning, good night, how's your day, hope you have, like there was none of that. And so I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, some people don't like that, but I don't know. So the whole backstory to this is this guy, when I first met him, the first night I met him, he said he was separated from his wife of 22 years. Another red flag that I should have freaking went away from, but I didn't. He's 41, I'm 37. So if y'all are going to be like, oh, that's a long time. So he tells me he's separated from his wife. They've been separated for 6 months at this time. So this was 2 months ago. They've been separated 8 months now. Well, anyway. And he's living in his own house. They're not living in the same roof. You know, I literally brought him home that night, so I know he's not lying to me. He told me that she kicked him out. She kicked him out the house. His story to me was they just fought all the time. He hated to be home. It was like he was in a prison. It was just miserable for him to be there and for her. And they fought all the time. And eventually, like he said, he would have probably never left though. Like sometimes that seems to be the issue with men. Like men don't ever leave. Y'all notice that? It's always the women that will leave. It's rare that the man will leave a long-term situation like that. So he would have stayed miserable, but she kicked him out the house. She didn't want him no more. And then they, you know, he got his own place. And, yeah, I believe that, Lauren. And that was it. And he said they really didn't even talk much after that. So when I met him, that was all, as far as I'm concerned, that was all settled. Like he told me they were going to go through, because in Louisiana, you have to be separated for a year before you can go through it with a divorce if you have kids. Their youngest kid's 15. So he's like, I'm just going to ride out this year and do my own thing and whatever. Okay. So back to the other story. So that's the background of it. So we were kind of like, we didn't really talk that much, and he would just get distant. And like, y'all remember me talking about him. Like I would message him and then he wouldn't even respond to me. And that pissed me off. And so, I mean, I went off on him a couple of times. Like, I didn't realize that ghosting was a thing people did when they're in their 40s. Like, you could just tell me. Like, the thing is when we were together, it was always like, he was all about me. Like, the whole time. When we were together, he was all about me. Like, you would think, like, there was no other woman in the bar. I never had to worry about him flirting with anyone while he's with me. He would tell me, like, so much shit. Like, you know, you're so beautiful. I'm so love. You just the shit that men say, you know. So for him to tell me all this when we're together, and then when we're not together, ignore me. I'm like, and I don't even text a lot, guys. Like, I'm not a big texter. It's not like I'm texting him all day. Like, I would literally be like, he got sick with COVID. I asked him how he was feeling. Didn't hear a word back from him. So this went on kind of back and forth for a while. Then we talked again one day. I think we hung out. Yeah. And I ended up messaging him, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, tell me if you don't want to talk to me anymore, then just tell me. Like, don't come to me and tell me that you want to talk to me and that all this stuff and like you want to get to know me and stuff. But then when I try to talk to you, you don't talk to me. Just freaking tell me that. It's not that hard. But apparently it was for him. So I sent him this long text one night when he was being weird. And I was like, look, I said, I was just straight up. I said, just like I just said, just tell me what the deal is. Just be honest with me. And he calls me and he's like, you're right. He's like, you don't deserve that. And I do want to get to know you. And I apologize for being so absent. You know, there's just been a lot of stuff going on. And I'm like, okay, all right. So that was on a Friday. I didn't talk to him again until the Sunday when he called me and told me he apologized for being so distant. Oh my God. So he ends up coming over and tells me that he was posted on one of those. Okay, let me tell you something else about me and him. We have always been brutally honest with each other. Like, it is going to surprise y'all the things that he has told me, because not many men would be as honest as this man was with me. I guess I just have that kind of like personality where he feels like he could be honest. And I'm glad that he was honest. I'm glad that he was honest and he did not lie, you know? That's one thing I could say. At least he was honest with me. So he comes over and he tells me that he was posted on one of those "Are you dating the same guy" sites on Facebook. Have y'all seen these? Have y'all seen those websites? Yeah. So he's posted on one of these sites. And lost my train of thought. Yeah, he was posted on one of the sites. The wife found out about it. What happened was, okay, apparently throughout this first month that me and him were back and forth, on and off, hot and cold, like the weird shit that was going on, him not responding to me, that's because he was talking to multiple women, you know? And as a mature adult, I can't get mad at him for talking to other women. I wasn't mad at him about that. If you are talking to a man or a woman, most women in your 30s, 40s, 50s, the chances are they have multiple women they're talking to. Unless y'all are exclusively together, exclusively talking, and y'all have said, look, I'm not talking to no one else. I can't expect him to not talk to anyone else but me. So I wasn't surprised by it. Like, I was not surprised at all. It kind of all made sense. Okay, well, he's fucking juggling 4 other women. That's why he's been so absent. So what happened was he ended up going out with one of these women, and she ended up videoing them like kissing. And this girl saw this this girl saw him posted on the Are We Dating the Same Guy website, and by someone else. She didn't post it. Someone else posted it. She saw him on there. And then all these comments start rolling in about him. About he's married. Well, he was separated at the time, but a lot of people that knew him didn't know he was separated. He's married, and then 2 other women came on there that said they were talking to him too. So we got 4 women, because I never commented on it. I wasn't getting involved in that shit. I was like, whatever. 4 women on there saying that they're talking to this guy at the same time that I was. All right, another red flag right there. But, Christina is just a dumbass and just keeps going with the flow. So that girl that had the video of them ends up sending that video to his ex-wife. Well, wife, not ex-wife, but the wife. And the wife loses her mind about it and whatever. So after that happened, me and him got closer. We started hanging out all the time, and we because I told him like I just told y'all, I can't get mad at you for talking to other women. We were not exclusively dating. I'm mature enough to realize that. I like hanging out with you. We have a good time. And, let's just go with the flow. And he's like, I agree. I like hanging out with you too, and apologize. And then we made it exclusive. So at that point, we said, all right, we're not going to be dating anyone else. We're not going to be talking to anyone else. It's just going to be, me and you. I was like, okay. So that went on for 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and everything was good. He didn't, as far as I know, he wasn't talking to other women. I mean, we spent pretty much almost every night together, spent 4 nights a week together. But during that time, I have 2 kids. During that time, but I have split custody with my youngest son. My oldest daughter's 17, my son's 8, and we have a joint split. So it's 50-50. So I get, I have time where I can go do stuff. So during that time we're exclusive, my car gets stolen. I fall into a river with my phone, lose all my major credit cards, ruin my purse. I mean, again, if this weren't red flags from the universe, I don't know what was. And every time these things happened, I was with him. Every time. So it was just extreme madness for this 3-4 weeks where we were exclusively dating. We had a freaking blast, y'all. We had a blast, but a lot of bad things happened during that time, and you can't help but wonder if, again, it's not the universe. Hey, Ina, telling you, stop messing with this fool. So, okay, so that's that. Things were good for 3 to 4 weeks. That's kind of when I went absent on TikTok, where I was because I was trying to have a personal life, I liked the guy, I was trying to hang out with him, I'm a single woman, I'm just trying to get to know someone, and I thought I liked him, and I did like him. I mean, I still kind of do like him, as fucking crazy as that is, but I'm crazy. Okay, so during this time, the wife finds out about me. The wife finds out about me. She did not like it. She did not like that he was exclusively talking to another woman, even though she left him, even though she's the one that kicked him out, didn't want him no more. She decided she wants him back. And so this probably happened about a couple weeks ago when she found out about me. She tried adding me on Facebook. She would call him when we were together, and he would answer and put her on speakerphone, and he'd be like, I'm with Christina. She was very aware that I was a part of the picture. It's not like I was a secret. She was very aware about me. So there was one night where that happened. Okay. There was a Friday. This was right before things ended with us. There was a Friday. So he tells me, they were married 22 years. She comes back, wants to be back with him. Comes to cry, calls him crying, upset. She wants her family back. She wants him to get rid of me. And he said, I'm not getting rid of her. Like this is what you wanted. But this is his side of the story. This is what I'm hearing from him though. Cause there's two sides to every story. I don't know her side. I'm sure she has a different side. I can guarantee you that. So, there's a Friday. So he's telling me, that it hurts him to hear her cry. She shows up at his house crying, upset, wants her family back. I get it. I understand. I've never been in that situation where I've been married that long, but I can imagine if being with someone 22 years and they kick you out the house and that destroys you, because he was very hurt when this happened. Oh yeah, Lori. I ain't even to the freaking juicy part. Okay, it's juicy right now. That's what I'm telling you. The story is so fucked up. Excuse my language. It's so messed up. I've let him go. He is gone. He is not around anymore. But there's so many questions when I was live doing ASMR, and I was like, I can't answer this while I'm live. So I'm going to do a talking live and just tell y'all the whole tea. I'll tell y'all the whole tea because it's insane. All right. So where was I at? So there was a Friday. So we've been exclusively talking 3 weeks-ish at this point. Things were good till she decided she wanted him back, and then things kind of got a little complicated. So it was a Friday. I got off work and I called him because we usually hang out. I didn't have my son. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, nothing, just hanging out. And I'm listening, I can hear the background. And I hear like things clanking around. And I was like, all right, well, you want to hang out later? He's like, yeah, probably. Bruno. He's like, yeah, probably. Okay. So I'm at home. A few hours pass. Never heard from him. And I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, that sounded like the boat. That sounded like he was cleaning up the boat. And I was like, my ass is about to drive to the boat launch and see if his truck's there, because I just had a feeling. Okay? And sometimes when you have these feelings, I didn't know what he was doing, but I'm like, something's a little fishy here. So I get in my car. I'm on my way there. He calls me on the way there. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I just went to go get cat food. Just went to go get some cat food. And so I'm like, what you doing? He's like, well, to be honest with you, again, this is our brutal honesty. He's always been honest with me. He could have lied, but he didn't. He said, to be honest with you, I took Holly out on the boat, and that's the wife. I said, okay. And he said, honestly, I just wanted to see if me and her could hang out and have a good day without fighting, have a good day like me and you do. So I took her out. He said, I was going to tell you. He's like, I didn't know how to tell you though. But they got in a big fight. He ends up dropping her back off at the boat launch. He takes the boat upriver to another bar that's on the river. And he's like, come meet me at this bar and we'll talk. I know, Tara, I can't even. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. So I drive home, get dressed, meet him at the bar. And he's still arguing with her, like, again, like she kept calling him and she's like, um, come pick me up, come meet me. Yeah. There's a bar where the boat launch is, so it's kind of convenient. so, so I go meet him and I'm there and she keeps calling his phone, like, come meet me, come pick me up. I'm going to sit here and wait for you because she knows he's got to dock the boat at some point, Uh, I'm going to wait here all night. And he's like, I'm not coming to pick you up. Like, we can't. He's like, I took you out today to see if me and you could have a good time. All we did was fight. He's like, I'm with Christina. That's when he said he's with Christina. And she hung up on him. And so we proceeded to go on with the night. Like, we left. He left his boat there. And we had a good time. And the next day, she shows up at his house crying. And it upset him, And so this was the Saturday. So this was the Saturday before last. And he calls me. And he's like, look. He's like, I am struggling with this. He said, I don't know how to detach from her. He said, I know that me and her, how do you put it? Basically, like, he knows they are not good together, but because they have so much history, 22 years together, he doesn't know how to let go of that. And he's like, and I'm struggling with it. Like, it hurts me to see her come here and cry about the situation. And he said, I'm going to do therapy with her. And he said, Bruno, he said, this is what he told me. I'm going to do therapy with her to try to close things out because I don't know how to do that on my own. So to me, what he's saying, what he was saying to me was he was going to do therapy to try to close things out with her. And he wanted to slow things down between me and him until he figures this out. I said, okay, that's what you want to do? Go ahead. This whole thing is fishy, y'all. That's why I'm telling you. This story is messed up. I know he's not over her, but he's also a hoe. I haven't got to that point yet. He's not over his wife. They were together 22 years, but he's also not over other women. I haven't got to that part yet. It's done. It's done between me and him. I'm just telling y'all the tea. I'm giving y'all the tea because, sometimes when women think they like a man, they just put up with stuff that they shouldn't put up with. Like, there were so many red flags I should have walked away from. I should have walked away from whenever he was posting on the "Are you dating the same guy as me" freaking Facebook page. I should have walked away then, but I didn't. And you know why? Because we had fun. That's why. I had a lot of fun with him. And it was just, God, it sucks. It really sucks meeting someone. Yes, he did get posted on there. Yes, he's on the page. It sucks meeting someone and having a great time with them. Really, because it's hard to find someone that you can just jive with because everybody's so different. Everybody's so, but we really did there was never any bullshit when we were together. There's only bullshit after. He is a Taurus. He is a Taurus man. But the guy I talked to before him was also a Taurus man. And they are nothing alike. I can tell you that. So, all right, where are we at? We're getting towards the end of the story here. We haven't got to the most messed up thing he's done. That's coming. Y'all are gonna be like, wow. I can't believe I'm even going to tell y'all that he did this because it's embarrassing to me too. So, all right, where are we at? I forgot. Where are we at? Okay, so he wants to slow things down with me. So this happened, was it last weekend? No, the weekend before last. He said he wants to slow things down with me so he can figure this out with her because what he's doing is wrong and he's all in his head about it. And she's, he's just hurt about it. And I said, okay, fine. He's like, we don't have to do nothing anymore. I won't even talk to you. I will back off completely. That's what you want to do? Fine. My cat. So that was it. That was Saturday. Sunday rolls around. I'm still being a bum in bed at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I get a text from him. Hey, what you doing? What you doing today? Well, nothing. I wasn't planning on doing nothing today. Want to do something? All right, okay. Why not? End up going down the river. This is the day I fell off the boat, lost my phone. End up going down the river, went to the sandbar, went to the bars on the river, like had a great day. Great day again. And yeah, and the very next day, you tell me you want to slow things down. You're going to ask me if you want to go on the boat. So we had this talk while we were on the boat that day. And he's like, I don't know if it's done. Like if it's not there anymore between me and her. He said, because, I still think about you. Like, I don't want to, I'm not getting into that because there's more of that to come. So that's the night I fell off in the water and I was at his house late that night and she ends up calling him while I'm there and he puts her on speakerphone and she's like, she didn't even say, hey, she didn't say nothing. She did not know we were together either that day. She had no idea unless he told her, but I don't think he did. The first thing she says is, are you going to end things with her? And I'm sitting right there, Are you going to end things with her? And he said, I'm not talking about this right now with you. And she's like, are you going to end things with her? He's like, I'm not going to talk about it. Bye. And just hung up on her. So, hey, Liz. Yeah, he put it on speakerphone like a lot whenever we were together. We did have a lot of fun. I fell off the dock, actually. I'm just reading back over these comments. Fell off the dock. Okay, so that happened. All right, so Monday rolls around. I don't have a phone. Phone's gone. I end up going to get a backup phone the next day, like nothing fancy, just a little backup phone to use. And I texted him later in the day. Well, he messaged me on Facebook, asked me if I got everything figured out. And I said, no, but I'm going to go after work and get it figured out. And I texted him later that day. Nothing. Didn't hear nothing from him. He ends up texting me back at like 11 o'clock. And it says, yo, I'm here. So I knew he was drunk somewhere. And so the next day I call him because that's all I got from him that night. Well, he tells me he went out, got shit-faced, and couldn't drive home. And the cops in the town had to drive him home. Okay. I was like, well, whatever. And he then tells me that they had therapy that day. So this is Tuesday now. He did tell me that they had their first session of therapy. And So the week before, when he told me he was going to do therapy with her, I said, you do realize that the therapist is going to tell you to cut me off. Like, there's no therapist that's going to say, like, you can't try to figure things out with your wife, but you can keep your girlfriend on the side. I said, you do realize that's going to happen. He's like, well, I'm not ready to cut things. Well, that's what happened. So he calls me Tuesday and we're talking. And first I'm like, well, what the fuck happened to you last night? Like, you just go out and get completely shit-faced, can't pick up your phone. You go home with the cops. Like, that's a problem. And he, whatever, that was that. And then he says that they went to therapy and the therapist told him that I need to be cut off. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So I said, okay, all right, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. I said, but he's like, I mean, we've hung out a lot and he can be possessive and we hang out at the same places. That's what's so hard about this is like, I can't go to where I usually go because chances are he's going to be there. And he's like, there's been a couple times where like, and I have a lot of friends. This is a small town. I know a lot of people. I see men out that I've known my whole life, and so I talk to him, but he like gets, like he thinks I'm like flirting, not like super like crazy possessive, but like one night this older man that I know like walked past me and kind of tapped me on like my hip with his dart holder thing. And then Eddie's like, dude, like don't do that again. And they almost had words. And I was like, you're going to have to chill because this is a man. First of all, he's like 70. You're not going to beat a 70-year-old's ass. And I'm not interested in a 70-year-old. But I'm like, you do realize, like, if I see you out and I'm talking to someone, like, you cannot lose your shit. And he's like, I have got to do this with her. This is what he told me. I have got to do this with her. I tell you, yeah, it's over, y'all. It's over. I'm pretty sure he does have a drinking problem. Yeah. It's over. Like I'm just telling y'all the story. Okay. We're done. We are done. But I'm telling y'all the fucked up story that led to us being done. So we're talking. He tells me we're going to end things. And I said, okay, but just realize if I see you out, you can't be crazy. Like you cannot be crazy. And I said, and I told him, I said, it's going to piss me off too. If during this time that you're trying to figure this out with your wife, if I see you with another woman, that's going to piss me off. Like, he's like, I promise you there is no other women. I am not interested. I need to just figure this out with her. He's a dog, y'all. I'm about to get to that part. And, he said, and this was petty. He said, but if I see you with another man, then don't be mad if you see me with another woman the next time. What? Like, what? You were supposed to be, that makes no sense. I was like, that makes no sense what you just said. No, like that's bullshit. I'm not the one trying to figure shit out with someone. I'm fucking single. I can do whatever I want. And for you to tell me like that, no, sir. No, sir. I was like, wow, the audacity. So, well, Chris, I guess at least he cut it off with me. So, and then he's like telling me things like, you just ended things with me, okay? And we're on the phone and he's telling me things like, but good luck finding someone that's as fun as me. I didn't want to end this with you. Like, I didn't. Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't want to end it. Like, I freaking liked the guy. I did. And it hurt and it sucked. But I'm also not going to fucking beg no one. I'm not going to chase no one. You're going to tell me you're going to end things with me. You don't want to go anywhere. Then fine. That's going to be it. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to beg you. That's it. But don't expect me to sit around and wait for you to figure out whatever the fuck you gonna do. Because I can't. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so that's it, okay? Here comes the fucked up part, all right? So he ends things with me. Like, truly ends things with me that Tuesday. Because the Saturday before, he just told me we need to take things slow. Didn't actually end things. But when we talked Tuesday and we got off that phone, it was like, okay, we're done. We're not talking no more unless him and her can't figure it out. And that's what he said. If him and her can't figure it out, then he'll reach back out to me. But again, I said, don't expect me to sit around and wait for you. Like, I'm not. So that was Tuesday. Here comes the messed up shit, okay? The next few days that followed that Tuesday is why is bad. All right. So Wednesday night, my best friend Nicole's boyfriend plays darts. And for the past month, like when me and Eddie were dating and stuff, we would meet up with him sometimes on Wednesday nights. Bruno, if you don't shut up, he's whining. We would meet up with them, and so the little bar I met him at, which is the bar that we usually go to, Nicole had asked me to go out with him. And I was like, because it was in Springfield. It was where he lives. It was his area. And I was like, I don't know. I said, I really don't want to risk running into him. I said, I don't want to do that. She's like, just come. Like, he's not going to come. So I was like, all right. So she calls me. They went to Boopaloo's first, which is the bar. And he was there. And he was by himself. And she calls me. She's like, Eddie's here. She's like, he's by himself. She's like, I went up and talked to him. And he said that she told him, like, he just needs to figure his shit out. Like, this is ridiculous, because she knows everything. I told her everything. And he's like, I know. He said, but I miss my girl, but don't tell her I said that. She's going to tell me. So she then proceeds to tell him that her boyfriend's playing darts at this place, and that's where they're going to be. Didn't say nothing about me going. That's where we're going to be. Okay. But he knew, and he even told me that night. So I go to the bar day after he ends things with me. Okay. Cut things off. I'm hanging out with Nicole and her boyfriend, and let me read these comments. See, no, it gets worse, y'all. But his dad fine too. Get with his dad. He don't even talk to his dad. Okay, so next day I go out to I'm at this bar with my friends, and I went to the bathroom. I walk out the bathroom, and he's at the bar. Like, we really don't go out to bars a lot. I know it sounds like we do, but I mean, we go out. It just, I don't know. This past month's been wild. So I come out the bathroom, and he's at the bar. And I mean, you just ended things with me. So I look at him, and I smile, and I go to walk past him. He grabs my hand, pulls me back to him, and he's like, you just really going to walk past me? Yeah, I'm really going to walk past you. You just ended things with me yesterday. What do you want me to do? And he's like, no, look in my eyes, And he like made me look in his eyes, and he's like, there's no other woman. He's like, what did he say? He's like, this is so hard for me. Just so you know, like, this is so hard for me to do. I think about you all the time. I really care about you. This is hard. And I said, okay, but you need to figure it out, because I don't know what to tell you. Well, he kisses me, and he's just all over me, like he usually is. Like, this is like when we usually hang out, he's not like all over me, but like he makes it very well known that like me and him are together. So he's like that. And as the night goes on, he starts to, I guess, have a sense of morality, and he starts to back off a little bit and kind of feel bad, hey, Bree, about being there. And at this point, I got a little weak. I'm not going to lie. I got a little weak. I was kind of like, that kind of fucked me up. Like, you sit here and tell me that this is done between us. Show up the next day at the bar. You know I like you. You know that I have feelings for you. You know I care about you. Come to the bar the next day and tell me, make me look in your eyes and tell me how much you care about me and miss me and how hard this is for you. And then you want to have a sense of morality and then just back off and like. So it did not end well that night. We kind of got into it and that was that. And so the next day's Thursday. Oh, no, I didn't tell y'all this part. I didn't tell y'all the worst part about it. Y'all, okay. So this was the worst part. And again, this is what I say when I say he is brutally honest with me. I'm glad he is, but listen to how messed up this was. So after my friend and her boyfriend left the first bar, the wife, because this was the day after therapy when they're going to start figuring things out, they're going to start working on things. He's ended things with me. I'm out the picture. I'm nowhere to be seen, okay? He invites the wife to go to the bar. So this is the same night. I forgot to tell y'all this part. This is Wednesday night. Before he shows up at the bar I'm at and confesses his love to me, okay? I can't believe I forgot this. This was the most important part. The wife meets him at the first bar. They have drinks together. He shows up. So Nicole called me at probably like 6:30. He showed up at the other bar at like 9:30. So this is like 3 hours time frame. She met him there. They had drinks. He comes to the bar I'm at and tells me that he slept with her just so he could hurry up and get her to leave so he could come to the bar I was at because he knew I would be there. Slept with her so she would leave so he could come to the bar that I was at because he knew I was there. Oh, good Lord Almighty. That was the first really messed up thing he did. But again, at least he told me, at least he was honest with me. You know, hold on, I need to go get a drink. Hold on. All right. We're getting to the end. We're getting to the end of this here. He's definitely telling her, oh, I know he is. I'm not stupid. She tried to friend request me. Before he ended things with me, she tried to friend request me. But she never messaged me. If she messaged me and asked me a question, I would tell her. But I'm not gonna reach out to her. Like, it's not my business, okay? I'm not involved in y'all shit anymore. I'm done. I'm supposed to be out the picture completely. I'm done. But your man keeps reaching out to me. Anyway, so that was Wednesday night. Okay, so all that happened Wednesday night. It did not end good. We ended up getting in an argument, and it did not end good. Like, when he ended things with me Tuesday, we kind of split on amicable terms, and there was no drama. I mean, I was upset. I was hurt about it, of course. I'm not going to sit here and lie about that, but I didn't beg. Nothing like that went on. Okay, it's done. I'll give you your space. Figure out what you got to do. Then when Wednesday comes around and he shows up where I'm at, tells me he sleeps with his wife, before he showed up there. His wife he's separated from for 8 months now. Sleeps with her before he shows up there so he could hurry up and get there so she would leave. So that did not end well. That was a bad night. We got into a big fight and not good. So Thursday, didn't talk to him at all, other than the morning when we were still kind of arguing about shit. And I said, do not reach out to me again. No, I don't want to hang with her either. She's crazy. I mean, I hate to say that about her, but I'll tell y'all why in a second. She has no idea what he's doing, and I'm not getting involved in their stuff. You know, he was on the freaking dating website. She knows this. She knows he was on there. The girl he was talking to before me sent her a picture of them kissing. She is very aware that he is a dog and he's doing all these things. I'm sure he did it when they were married. Like, he did tell me that there was some that there was some cheating that went on, but he said it was from both sides. He cheated on her, she cheated on him. I don't know. So, okay. So I didn't talk to him Thursday. Friday night rolls around. All right. I had my son last weekend, so I didn't do nothing. I was at home, and I'm at home, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. Okay. This was the ending point for me. I'm about to tell y'all what was the ending point here and how messed up this was. Y'all thought Wednesday night was messed up. Wait till you hear this shit, okay? Friday night rolls around. I'm at home in bed with my son. He texts me at 10 o'clock again. We are supposed to be done, over with. Text me at 10 o'clock, says, you don't know how hard this is for me. Like, he says, your girl Misty is up here, which is not a friend of mine. It's just a girl that I know. He said, your girl Misty's up here and she's trying to hook me up with her friend, but all I could think about is you and your black hair and your green eyes and how you made me laugh again and your smile and all this shit. And I said, are you drunk? Because that seems to be the only time you want to text me lately is when you're drunk. He said, no, I'm not drunk. I'm just having a hard time. I said, okay, well, I hope you don't go home with any of these girls. I said, you're not supposed to even, like, you're supposed to be working shit out with your wife. Why are you even talking to other girls? And why are you still messaging me all this shit about missing me and thinking about me and blah, 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 blah. So this goes on for about an hour. And then he's like, can I come over? Y'all, I know this is dumb. I know I should not have said yes, but I said yes. Okay. I know. Y'all can beat me down. I know, but I don't know. Like, I'm just a trusting person. And so when he's telling me all this stuff, I'm like, well, he must mean it. So I said, yeah, you can come over. No, they're separated. They've been separated for 8 months, but you missed the first part of the story, Mel. They were not married. Like, please, anybody new here, don't think that I was like out messing with a married man. He was separated from her. That was the story. Okay. I would never just like go out, and that's not me. I promise y'all. He was separated. So I said, yeah, you can come over. And then he doesn't respond to me. And so I call, he don't answer. I said, how are you going to tell me, like, ask me to come over and then not respond? And then he texts me back, I'm going home. I said, that's a better idea. And I said, hope you have fun with whoever you go home with tonight. Because I'm not stupid. Like, you literally just told me she's trying to hook you up with her friend. So an hour passes. It's now 12 o'clock at night. He calls me again. He's like, I'm coming over. I said, okay. So he comes to my house. he texts me. Okay, let me tell you this first. He comes to my house, and first thing he does is walk up to me and kiss me and tell me all the stuff again, like basically profess his love to me. And how can he give up on something that's so good, because every time we've ever spent together has been good, and he just can't let go of that. And maybe it's just done with him and her, and he can't stop thinking about me, and blah 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 blah. I'm no better than he is. You believe him that he's separated? Yes, I know that they were separated. She knew about me. She knew about me. Yes, she knows about me. I could tell there's people coming in here that maybe don't know me. I'm just telling y'all the story. Separated, still married. She kicked him out the house 8 months ago, so. Yeah, these people don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. They can think what they want. They can think what they want. So, anyway, so he's telling me all this stuff. This is almost the end of the story, so we're almost to the end. Here you have to wait a year. So I guess he's supposed to just sit at home. I mean, I thought separated meant you can date others. I mean, if your husband or wife says, "I want you to leave this house. I'm done with you," kicks you out the house, that means that person's supposed to just sit around and wait for the divorce to be finalized before they can do anything. I mean, I get that separated doesn't mean they're divorced, but also if that person is kicked out the house and said, "I'm done with you," then they're not allowed to do anything, just sit in their house and just do nothing. I mean, that's how I take it. If I was married and they kicked me out, don't think I'm gonna sit at home and just sit there and just wait for this divorce to be finalized before I live my life. So I don't blame him at all for dating. I'm not the only one. I don't blame him at all for dating, and he should. And I'm taking up for him here. They're married in God's eyes. Well, anyway. Okay, so let me get back to this. So he's on my back porch, confessing his love, basically. And maybe it's over between us, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, we hooked up, okay? Last time that ever happened. But again, to all the people new here, I was exclusively dating this guy for a month. This is not just someone that I just met. There's a whole background story to this that y'all didn't hear. Just if you're new, you're probably thinking bad things, but I promise you, I'm not the bad one here. I promise you. It may seem like it, but all I did was trust someone's word. Okay. So, and it wasn't even about his wife. It was more about other women than the wife, to be honest with you. So this is what I'm getting at right here. So we hooked up. He stayed the night that night. He goes home the next day before my son wakes up. Anyway. And I'm at home and I'm thinking about all this. And I'm like, So when he got to my house, on the way to my house, he texts me and says, "What's your address? I'm lost." He's been in my house about 50 times. He should know where I live. And then when he got to my house, the first thing he did was strip down and jumped in my pool. So I'm thinking about this the next morning. I'm like, that don't add up. Why didn't he know where to go if he was coming from where he said he was coming from, he would know how to get here. And why did you jump in my pool? So I'm thinking, I'm like, that motherfucker went home with someone. Let me catch up on these comments. Is he a twin? Yep. Jumped in the pool to clean himself off because, yeah, I texted him. I said, you know Ponchatoula, that's where I live. I said, you know Ponchatoula is a small town. I said, so did you go home with that girl? The girl that Misty was trying to hook him up with? And he was honest. He said, yeah, I went home with her. He said, I got there. This is his story. I got there and I felt so bad. I felt so horrible about myself that I left. And I couldn't stay there. I left and came to your house. Oh my God. So that is what I'm telling y'all, that this is a fucked up situation. And it made me feel disgusting. Because again, this wasn't just the wife. Now he's going home with complete strangers that he don't even know. But at least he's honest. Yeah, I mean, he could have lied to me. He could have lied to me. And the fucked up thing is like, before this even happened with this woman, he's telling me how he can't stop thinking about me. But then you go home with another woman, then come to my house after, and you're gonna tell me, even when you come to my house after, how much you can't stop thinking about me and want to be with me and blah 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 blah. Oh, he's definitely got some issues. And I told him that. I said, like, is this a problem for you? Like, can you just not say no to women? Like, do you just like the attention from women? And yeah, I think he's definitely got some issues with other women. Yeah, Sunflower, it's freaking nasty. And it made me feel disgusting. Like, I felt freaking horrible. And I can't believe I just shared this with 333 people. Because it's disgusting. And that's not the kind of person I am. But I didn't know. How am I supposed to know that, you know? I think he's professing his love to me and then comes to my house and tells me all this stuff. I would have never thought he just went home with another woman. I'm just like dumbfounded. At least there was chlorine involved. Very true. So anyway, it's done now. We are done. We are done. That was the final straw, obviously. I did ask him, Ash, how did I react? I mean, I was pissed. I mean, I felt disgusting. No. Oh, I lied. Yes, he has. We argued all weekend up until Monday. Yeah. We argued all weekend up until Monday. And I haven't talked to him since Monday. I didn't block him, but I was very mean, though. I mean, I was very mean. I don't think he would be ignorant to reach out to me again. I mean, who does that? Who does that? I'm not, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm not. If there was any chance that I would even think about getting back with him, I wouldn't have just told all of you, because If I ever told y'all that I got back with him, y'all would unfollow me and hate me forever. He is a habitual cheater. I'm pretty sure he is. And I'm pretty sure that that's probably a reason why his wife kicked him out the house. But she saw him with me, and I mean, she saw him exclusively with me, and that maybe is why she wanted him back, because she's like, oh wait, this isn't right. He's supposed to be cheating. It's lip oil. He ain't gonna just show up in the house. They are doing therapy alone too, but I'm done with him. I just wanted to tell y'all all the story because y'all been asking. I told y'all it was messed up, and that's it. I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. That's the story, and that is why. Yeah, that's why I was pretty hurt. It made me feel disgusting, but it was also like an easier way to let go of something, because it wasn't just words, it was actions. And when people act a certain way, it's a lot easier to let go of those people. It did me real dirty. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Thank you. I'm fine though. I'm fine. I just don't want to run into him again. I'm going to stay away from his city. I'm not going to go there for quite a while. The thing is I'm sure I'll run into him again because we hang out at the same places. It's going to happen. But I'm going to stay away from his city for a while, and he should stay away from my city. And that's another thing that happened Friday was like he asked me where I was at. Like he thought I was out. He said he waited for me to show up at the bar. Like, you literally just ended things with me. Why are you waiting for me to show up at a bar when you just told me this is over? And then he ends up coming to my town to like a place that I usually hang out at, and he thought I was there. Why are you looking for me? Like, I don't know. I've just had some bad luck. I'm attracted to the worst ones. Can you see a picture of him? No, I can't post this picture on here. You know what's funny is I actually made a TikTok. About a month ago. And it was like, we went out on the pontoon. It was like, when that trend was going around, it was like I can't even see it. It was like the clock going baby, dun, dun, and it had the cap cut edit. So I made a TikTok with him, and it said, if my mental health declines in the next few months, it's because of this MF. I never posted it. I made it like private. But yeah, I should have posted it because it happened, y'all. He's cute though. He's not ugly. Okay, well, let me take that back. He is not all that to be doing what he's doing to women. I'll say that. Like, he is not freaking supermodel status. He's not gym buff, like, fine. He is just a dad bod, balding. He's not ugly though. Obviously he's not ugly. I was attracted to him. But he's not like, thanks, Roland. He's not all that to where he needs to be messing with all these women. For sure. And I have a friend of mine, David. He was so jealous of David too. He thought David wanted me. Anyway, thanks, Sunflower. So I have this friend of mine, David. I was talking to David about it. I told David the whole story. And David said, I know who that girl is he went home with. He's like, she's not even cute. Like, she's not even attractive. Apparently she's in her 50s. And I'm not going to talk about no woman. I don't even know who she is. I'm not going to talk bad about no woman. But that just shows me that he don't give a fuck. He just wants someone to sleep with. And I said, you asked me before you went home with her if you could come over. And I said, yeah, but you chose to go home with a stranger instead. His response was, at that time, it felt like the better thing to do because there was no feelings involved with her and there's feelings involved with you. You shouldn't have gone home with none of us. Neither of us. You should not have even contacted me. Like, oh my God, I'm just done. But that's it, y'all. That's the story. That's the story. I hope y'all enjoyed that. He's fucked, man. And he twists things around to make me feel like that's what these guys do. Like they twist things around to make me feel like the crazy person. I guess so, Elizabeth. I mean, I'm just between him and then Rudy, my ex that freaking that's dating his house cleaner that was a lesbian married. Like I'm just doomed. I'm just doomed. I swear I can't even do it, man. I just can't. Because I'm just like such a nice, I don't know. I dealt with a lot, honestly, because it takes a lot. I'm a pretty like understanding person, and it takes a lot for me to. It takes a lot for me to like get upset, or it does. Like I overlook a lot of stuff. That's a problem that I have. I overlook a lot of stuff. No, it wasn't a dating website. I met him organically at a place. I don't do dating sites. I've tried. I can't do it. Oh Lord. So back single. I've told the Rudy story a million times. I can't tell it again. Basically, Rudy's my ex of 2 years. He became a raging alcoholic, ruined his life, expected me to clean up all of his mess for him, and then ends up secretly dating. We weren't together, but he was still calling me every day, wanting to be back together with me, asking me to do shit for him. He ends up dating secretly. I had to find out, dating his house cleaner, who at the time was married to a woman. Yeah, so the house cleaner divorced her wife and moved her and her 3 kids in with Rudy. And Rudy lives 4 houses down from me. I'm 37. So I'm like, so tell y'all, if one of my dating stories could just be normal, that would be a miracle. It'd be a miracle. I did have one guy I talked to I knew him for a couple years. We had talked in the past, but there's one guy I talked to back in February for a couple months. His name was Scott. That was a normal situation. We didn't really mesh and we went separate ways. There was no craziness, no drama. It was just, we're still friends. Like we don't talk, but like we're still like, it wasn't a bad split at all. Like he'll still randomly message me. He's got a girlfriend now, got a house. Like I can be very civil. My son's dad, I was with him for 6 years. Me and him are like best friends. Like we get along just fine. There's no drama there with him. But these other motherfuckers. He's 8. My son's 8. I don't see Rudy as often as I thought you would think I do. Thank God. I don't want to see him. I can't stand him. He's a piece of crap. Y'all, can y'all believe all these people are coming here calling me a house wrecker? Home wrecker? They didn't even know the story. I don't think so, Gina. No, that's that. We're good friends, but that's over for us. I get it. I mean, if you just came into a live and you hear me say something about a man's wife, and I mean, they probably were like, "Oh God, this girl is a homewrecker," but that's not the case. That's not the case. If they aren't subscribed, I'm going to say true. Yes, they're still together. Yes, they're still together. As far as I know. And last I heard, they got together in January. I don't keep up with him. I don't care what he does. But last I heard, she was getting a tubal reversal so they could have a kid. And she has 3 kids already. Thank you, Jess. So I feel she don't know what she's getting herself into because that's one lazy, messed up in the head person, and she's going to have to do everything. But more power to him. He wanted me to do that too. He wanted another kid. I'm like, you can't even take care of yourself. How are you going to take care of a kid? And I'm not raising another kid by myself. So, no. He wanted me to go have a tubal reversal surgery. I don't think so. Absolutely not. I do not want any more kids. I can't have more kids. I would have to have that surgery to have more kids. And I have no desire to have another kid. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go try to do something because I don't want to be stuck in this house all night. I feel like I need to go, I don't know, go do something. I mean, I hope it works out between them. Like, if they're happy, go do your thing. Just don't bother me no more. I'm staying away from any bar that he could be at, I promise you. I am. I'm not messing with him again. I'm not. He's done so much crappy things. Like, how could I ever forgive him? Literally, how could I forgive him? Like, if he came back and said, okay, it's done. We did therapy. It didn't go nowhere because I'm closing it out. That's why he told me he was doing therapy to begin with, to close things out with her because he didn't know how to let go of her by himself. But how do I even forgive him for something else? No, I'm just going to go have a good time. It's just going to be me. I'm probably going to go, there's this like little place in Man Shacks where my dad lives. It's a little place like where I feel comfortable at. Yeah. I'm not going to forgive him. I'm just saying, like, if he did come back, how could I? I can't see myself ever just forgiving him or looking past it, like y'all said, and just trusting him again. That's no. But all right, y'all. I'll be back Monday for TikTok ASMR, okay? Thanks for listening to my story. I guess I'll post this on my YouTube since I'm sure people want to hear it. It like blows my mind that y'all wanted to hear that story. And it's a messed up one. But you know what? Telling y'all keeps me accountable to not make bad decisions. So, hey, Kelly. Y'all have a good night, all right? I'll post it on my YouTube. Y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all Monday. Bye, guys.